Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 4. Today we are taking a look at the DLC cars for week number uno. Yes, these are the first DLC cars to launch for this day. Now the way DLC is working in this game from now on is a little bit weird, so try and follow me with me here. Before we got car packs, and car packs would have between 7 and 8 cars in them. They'd come out every month. This time round it works a little bit different. We get 2 new cars every week. More specifically, it's on every Friday. We're going to get another 2 cars. So it kind of works the same as it did before. As you can see, you can sort of see the cars for the next for the next month. But we're getting them scheduled. So we'll receive 2 one week, 2 next week, 2 next week, 2 next week. Interesting way of doing it. Not quite sure if I like it or not. The one thing it does mean is that buying stuff individually, you can't buy car packs anymore. You can't buy like an entire month of cars, I believe. You actually have to buy the cars individually, and they just cost way too much. There's no point of doing that absolutely at all. So you may as well just get the car pass if you want the DLC cars. To be fair, it looks like it's going to be worth it looking at the rest of the cars coming in the upcoming weeks. But today, we're not here to look at the cars coming on, well, Friday. We're here to look at the cars that came out when this game came out on last Friday. Admittedly, it's taken a while to get me to make this video, but nevertheless, that's what we're going to do. So, first up, the first DLC car we ever got for this game was the 2017 Koenigsegg Agera RS, 1,341 horsepower, 1,010 foot-pound torque, 3,075 pounds of weight, S2 class, 996 PI, mid-engined rear-wheel drive. Oh my god, I love the Koenigsegg Agera. For those of you who don't know, the Koenigsegg Agera is my favourite hypercar of all time. I adore the Agera, and the Agera RS is basically that, put on steroids. As far as I can tell, it's kind of a mix between a very, very serious one-to-one, you know, the car that went to go break several track records and so on and so forth, one of the fastest cars in the world, but it's crossed with some of the Agera's more nutty components. I guess it's supposed to be a more road-orientated version of the one-to-one. It's also the final ever Agera. You might know the Agera RS as the car that did get the record. I don't know if it's officially got the record yet, but it is the fastest production car ever, going 284 miles per hour, I believe. And that wasn't even a test where Koenigsegg was really involved. That was just a customer who said, okay, I want to see how fast this can go. It's incredible. I love Koenigsegg. I love the Agera RS. Fantastic car. Driven it around a few times. Terrifying to drive, I assure you, but it is megally fast, and it's a great addition to your garage if you're just starting the game. You know, if you buy the car pass, you get that car instantly. It's a good thing to go after speed traps and stuff with from the start of the game, so that's very nice. Next up, we have the 1962 Triumph TR3B, 105 horsepower, 128 foot-pound torque, 2,128 pounds of weight, D-Class 243, front-engined rear-wheel drive. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Triumph, a small little pokey British sports car. Admittedly, I don't know too much about this car. I think, if memory serves me correctly, it was in Forza Motorsport 4. I could be wrong on that. I don't know a whole lot about the Triumph. To be honest with you, it's not a particularly interesting car for me, as much as I'm very much British. British sports cars don't really excite me all that much because they were slow and unreliable and countries made better cars. So, yeah, the Triumph doesn't interest me particularly much, but from what I remember in Forza 4, it did have like some rally lights on it and stuff. If it is that car, I think it is. I can't confirm whether it is or not. But nevertheless, the Triumph is here. So, that's your Week 1 cars, the Agera RS and the Triumph TR3B. The Agera is a fantastic way to start the game, and the Triumph so-so. Of course, next week we'll be taking a look at the week number 2's cars, which you can see there. I was wondering how I'd go about formatting these videos, but I figured I'd do it on a weekly basis to, I guess, keep you in the loop. You know, if you fall out of Forza Horizon 4 for a bit, you don't pay attention to what's in the car pass, you might see this video pop up in your subfeed and be like, oh, that's what's popping up in Horizon 4, I'll go try that out. Yeah, a little bit weird doing it this way, but it's the only way I can think of doing it, so hopefully you don't mind too much. But yeah, that is your short little update. That's sort of how DLC is going to work in this game going forward. The next few videos on this game, sort of involving these DLC cars, will be much shorter because I won't have to explain any of that. I'll just say, here's the 2 cars, here's the stats, here's what I think of them. So thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, farewell.